Crimson Desert is looking to be one of the most ambitious games of the year and probably the most ambitious RPG of this generation. It's the only game that looks like it could rival GTA 6. In this video, I'm going to be quick firing a bunch of different systems and gameplay features that will show you the insanity and intention to detail within Crimson Desert. So you're not only going to have one playable character, but Pearl Abyss has revealed that we are going to be getting 3 playable characters, and they are all quite different from each other. We have a brute orc, an agile female grey main, and of course our main character Cliff himself. Each one of these characters also has a different playstyle attached to them, so they will feel different from each other. The open world of Playable is actually twice as large as Skyrim and larger than Red Dead Redemption 2. You can get around this world by gliding with a set of wings or a glider, horses, bears, raptors, a robot mech suit, and even a dragon. There are also boats and hot air balloons too. And we've also seen that some of these mounts can actually be used in combat, like the dragon using his fire breath, bears to maul people, and even mounted combat on horses. There is also a grappling hook, will make you feel like Spider-Man, and will allow you to get some momentum to fling yourself across certain areas. The game also features a variety of weapons that you find in other games. However, with this game, we actually have some brutal hand-to-hand grappling systems, which allows you to pull off wrestling moves like the RKO, the neck breaker, a suplex, the Cesaro swing, and many more wrestling moves. And layered upon that is the elemental abilities component, which allows you to perform elemental damage with any weapon and unique elemental ability. With the bow and arrow, you can actually go slow motion like in the Matrix or Max Payne series, and the game actually utilizes a majority of buttons on your controller, like L3 and R3 for certain elemental attacks and grappling buttons. It's implementing a lot from fighting games using bumpers and triggers, the L3, R3, and all the other face buttons on the controller. You can also swap out your weapons during the battle, so swapping from a sword to a greatsword to a bow and arrow is very easy. You can also use the elemental abilities like the wind to give you a quick whirlwind sprint during a battle encounter. Also, the whistling arrow allows you to summon an artillery strike, and just like Thor, you can conjure the power of thunder and lay down Odin's might on your enemies. You can even use the environment as weapons, like actually wielding these great pillars during castle fights. You can also set wood on fire and electrocute water as some more strategies for your arsenal. The game also has summons, as there is a sword that actually summons a genie-like creature during battles, which is likely from another boss. In some areas, there are also cannons that you can use, and the grappling hook can give you enough momentum so you can layer it on top with the wind ability to strike down your enemies from above. There is also stealth in this game, where you can use the darkness to your advantage and climb on trees for cover and able to extinguish their light source. There will also be dynamic events around the world which you can interact with any of your 3 playable characters. There are also 5 regions in the game, each with different and diverse biomes and different terrains. And Crimson Desert is of course a red sand region, Playable. There are also different factions and houses within the game which you can of course do quests for, and even organization. This is where castle sieges and reclaiming fortresses come in, as you can choose which faction you want to fight for, and then either protect or conquer other faction strongholds, which leads to these large scale battles. There are also these wagons, which allows you to carry heavier loads to help NPCs with more of their mundane tasks. You would also need to liberate certain regions in order to travel there without getting attacked. Doing faction quests also unlocks new merchants and new equipment. You will also be needing resources to rebuild the Greymane's home, and this also comes from mining, faction quests, normal quests, and just finding the resources out in the world. Just like Elden Ring, there are going to be hidden treasures around the world with likely no map markers for them, as well as platforming areas which will also have their own rewards and challenges. There will also be maps to hidden treasures scattered around the world, and even secret rooms behind bookcases. You can even climb around just like in Assassin's Creed and Shadow of Mordor, and also combine this with grappling, elemental jumps, and gliding to get around. There will also be circuses in the game and different dynamic events which you can participate in. You can learn new skills by observing other people, so to unlock fishing, you have to actually observe a fisherman to then be able to unlock the ability to fish. There is also this Witcher sense in the game, which will aid you in solving puzzles and identifying objects in the world. In order to upgrade your character, you will have to find these artifacts, which are found in the sky platform area known as the Abyss. But you can also learn combat attacks from again observing in the world. You can buy equipment and then use a smithy to upgrade that equipment, and there's also a mining mechanic for you to go out into the world and mine the resources needed for upgrading your equipment. You can also customize your equipment by giving them special stats and abilities through the Abyss gear vendor. You can also get a backpack EMP device to handle mech-based enemies, and there are a variety of different boss fights, from sky enemies, mechanical dragons, to other warriors, to beasts and monsters, and so much more. There is also a bounty systems within the towns, and in the wilderness there are camps to clear out, outposts to conquer, and different dynamic quests to engage with. Also, beating certain boss battles, you can actually learn the abilities of that boss for you to then use in your battle, and you can even mount these bosses just like in Dragon's Dogma hammer to inflict piercing damage as they try to shake you off. Some bosses, like the Queen Stowback Crab, even has mining materials on its body which you can plunder. Some bosses will even have a crowd watching, just like this split horn. Actually going into the crowd actually pushes the different NPCs back, which is a great attention to detail, but most game will just have an invisible wall. You can also push certain enemies into objects which will then break, just like these barrels. You will also be able to meditate and rest just like in The Witcher, and the open world is seamless, not locked behind load screens. Certain areas require permits for you to enter, just like Hanan's castle, and entry without a permit will activate the wanted system. Now looking at letters within your inventory actually has Cliff engaging with the letter physically. You can also whistle for your horse just like in other open world games, and you can even explore castles inside. NPCs will also start screaming and reacting if their outposts are on fire and being invaded by enemies, and you can actually put out fires by grabbing pots of water and throwing them onto burning buildings. You can also carry injured NPCs to get them out of dangerous areas, and of course you can crouch around and assassinate enemies without being detected. The game also features a dynamic weather system and is using the Black Space engine, the same engine that powers Black Desert, but with a bunch of new upgrades. As this game was originally intended to be an MMORPG and then became a single player RPG, Pearl Abyss then enhanced the engine to add volumetric fog with fluid simulation, which reacts to our character's movement, as well as how the clouds in the sky affect the lighting and shadows within the world of Pywell. There is also some beautiful work of the GPU based cloth and hair simulation, which is why everything just looks so realistic in this world, as well as ray tracing is also used and is said to be used as the game is running in 4K 60 frames per second. But there is so much more that Pearl Abyss hasn't shown yet, and we are going to be getting one more features overview video, and the game is releasing just next month in March. But there's not a long wait left, and we'll all be able to get our hands on the game soon, as the game had gone gold just a few weeks ago. We do talk about a bunch of different RPGs on this channel, from The Witcher 4, The Witcher 1 Remake, Cyberpunk 2, The Elder Scrolls 6, and so much more. I'll leave some of those videos in the description and pinned comment section below, and please feel free to browse the channel. Subscribe to get all the latest on the brand new AAA open world games. And guys, it is finally here. The Balboa Club Witch Hunt Collection Volume 1 is now available and will run from December through February, and this drop is specifically inspired by The Witcher, as I wanted to blend the styles of the wrestling world with the games we all know and love. So please go ahead and check out the Balboa Club store. It's on the channel store page, and the website is in the description and pinned comment section below.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement.